there was a therapist in Washington, D.C. who came up with thought stopping, wear a rubber band every time you think of anxiety producing thoughts, snap it, cause yourself some pain to see if you could inhibit the thought. And I thought, well, I can see that would maybe work, but it sounds kind of primitive. What about something more sophisticated? Let's try thought redirection. Every time you think about an airplane, quickly think about some big deal in your life. So I would ask a person, you know, what's most dynamic thing you ever remember doing? And I had a woman who was a marathon runner. And so I had her stand. I said, when I give you a hand signal, I want you to go step, 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 and go back and relive as vividly as you can running the marathon. So I'd say, okay, plane's taking off, give her the hand signal. Plane's landing, cruising, whatever it was. We just linked up a bunch of things. And she did okay. But the same technique didn't work for a lot of things. But one thing it always worked for was nursing a baby. And the first time a woman suggested it, I thought she was nuts. I figured she was going to get on the plane and think she's never going to see her kid again. But she called back and said she had a perfect flight. After it happened a couple of times, I looked into it and found out Sue Carter's a big researcher on oxytocin in the U.S. And she had written about how when you nurse a child, you produce oxytocin, and oxytocin inhibits the release of stress hormones. So it wasn't thought redirection. It was just Pavlovian psychology. It was linking nursing to being on the plane, so that being on the plane caused the memory to be jogged and produce oxytocin. The other thing that, even way back in the beginning of using this exercise, the other thing that was reliable was linking being on the plane to saying wedding vows or getting engaged. Didn't know why that worked, but later Stephen Porges comes up with research that says when you're with a person and they are completely accepting of you so that you don't have to be on guard in any way, that's the part of the relationship where you're totally accepted. 6 months later, maybe not, you know, but at that point, you're totally accepted, and you link that to being on the plane, and it causes the parasympathetic nervous system, our calming system, to kick in. And even if there is stress hormones, it will override the effect of the stress hormones. So Kenny, be sure you practice both of them, so you can't miss. Okay.
And I just recently got engaged about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Oh, great. Congratulations. So it's fresh. Okay.
Fresh.
All right.
So that's a great one. Thank you for that.